Yo, what's going on, guys? That's by Gaming back once again in GTNH, now episode 20. And I'm looking a little bit different. Things are looking a bit different because I did a whole bunch of work off camera. I'm trying to improve the series, so I've installed shaders. I kind of turned the settings down all the way, but I think it looks nice how it is. It looks pretty bright still to me when I'm like out in the sun, but I think it looks really good indoors, which will probably be where we spend the vast majority of our time in this game. So that is what it is. But yeah, I did a bunch of Thaumcraft work over here. I made my V discount gear, so we're looking good with this on. I also upgraded it to a advanced electric jetpack so I could fly now. And I also made myself a Cloak of the Raven. Now, I recorded that, but it was basically just me crafting like random stuff, so it's kind of like whatever. The jetpack was not too hard to make. I unlocked it now that I have titanium, so let's go for it, and we made it. A lot of like recursive crafting of random things, but we got it done. What else? The Cloak of the Raven. So this is a little bit actually weird. Let me explain this thing. So, or I guess it's the Mantle of the Raven, not the Cloak of the Raven, my bad. But with this thing, you need to actually bind this manually to a keybind. So if you go to Traveler's Gear, so active ability 1, 2, and 3, I put it on 1. I like to have it on C, just so it's close by when I'm walking. And then you have to do /Traveler's Gear bind, and then the number of like the keybind, so it's 1, 2, or 3. And then it binds this to the C keybind. Then you gotta open your Traveler's Gear inventory and put it in the cloak slot. And now I can enable or disable it with the hotkey. So pretty nice. And then what else did I do? I went and mined a bunch of thorium. That's going to be being used quite soon. I made a sifter. We're using this to get radium dust right now. And I should give this a chest to output too. I think that's a radium. I meant radon. But yeah, this I guess it's called radium dust, so it will give me radon eventually. But I'm not there. I'm just kind of looking ahead because I know what's coming, and I want to prepare for it ahead of time, so that's how I'm processing my thorium. And, I mean, I could just... What's the next best thing besides the sifter? I guess that's the best thing, is this is going to be a little bit rare for the beginning of EV. I did spend some time working on the new base as well. I'm doing okay with it. Let's go take a look. Okay, this is going to be pretty funny. If you watched my last series, this is going to look really familiar, because this is basically the same room as my old AE2 room. And I like that. I added some new stuff for like new like alcoves. And I'm working with a friend to try and detail things more, so it's more interesting to look at. Because I'm honestly not that great at building. But this is very bright because we're not encased yet, and it's like white light on the white floor. But yeah, it's going to be like a much longer hallway this time. More room to fly around. And then inside of these areas is going to be like huge machine rooms where it just kind of goes on forward. I'll throw the roof on here before I start working in here probably. But yeah, this is kind of the idea. And then I have like in this little detail separator here. This is like pink lapis celestis. It doesn't really look pink, it just kind of looks white. It might be the lighting, but it's pink there because this is kind of like the big EV room. So EV is for titanium, and then titanium is like pinkish to me. So that's why we did that. But yeah, it's coming together a little bit. It's going to grow naturally over time, and I'm just going to kind of wait. I'm not going to build it all out at once. I'm going to let it sort of grow into what it needs to be. And then this time around, in the back room over here, we're going to have like a little maintenance room, and it's not going to go back like it used to. This is just going to be like a room specifically for AE2 stuff, and the AE2 is going to go underneath the base this time, and it's going to like sprawl out underneath, which I think is a better call than trying to do it in the middle of or on top of the base. So I think that's it. I'm also using mana glass for the glass here. It looks pretty nice. And it has like a little soft glow to it, which I like a lot. And I want to use natural light. I don't want to have night vision on like permanently in this base, which I have it on right now, of course, but I don't want to have it on like 24/7. I want to try to use lighting as like a tool to make it look more interesting. But I might give up on that at some point and just use night vision, but we'll see what happens. I also have this EV chemical bath here. This is one of the first quests in the EV tab that they recommend you do, I guess. But this is really nice because this is allowing me to better process my rutile. So you put in, yeah, my purified ilmenite ore, or I guess they're just regular ilmenite, and you can get rutile out of it as well as green vitriol water solution with sulfuric acid. You get ilmenite slag as a bonus, which centrifuges down a bunch of cool things. Niobium and tantalum are the two significant ones that I want. But yeah, then this recycles itself in an electrolyzer, and you get free oxygen and iron back out of it. So it's pretty nice too. So it's just a little setup to maximize that process. And then we're using a HP transformer in the step up mode with a HP battery buffer down here to actually power that, because we don't have EV power right now. But we probably will pretty soon. So I'm going to make this thing. It's going to bother me. My chest over here is filling up with the radium-226 dust. So this is pretty easy to make. It is the lead line box. I have a ton of lead that I'm making into dense lead plates right now. And we're going to see why in just a moment. There we go. And now whenever I'm using this, I got to make sure I have my full nanosuit armor on. Otherwise, we're going to get injured. By injured, I mean probably die. That was like weird. That was lagging. But yeah, this is going to decay now inside of that box. And of course, it's backwards. It'll bother me too. I'll move that later. But this is a good way to get some of that started. And we will continue to do that with our thorium. All right, almost 6 hours later from when I last did that cut. I've done a lot of thinking, and I think I have everything figured out now what I want to be doing. So in the immediate now, I am processing down my cryolite into fluorine because I wanted to make PTFE. And the PTFE will be used for large chemical reactors, and these things are amazing. I love them, and if you don't know what they are, you're going to love them too. But yeah, if you could take a look at what I have going over here, it's kind of obvious what I'm going to be looking to do. So in the personal dimension, we really need a way to jumpstart everything. And to do that, we need to get some kind of like starter power source. So what we're going to start with is cetane boosted diesel. But we're actually just going to start with regular diesel because I don't have the infrastructure to make cetane out there yet. Because the tetranitromethane is requiring just like a little bit of backbone and making like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. I'm not going to have that. We're not going to set that up immediately. Or I mean, we are, but we're not going to have that before we have everything else set up. Like we need an original power source to do that. So we're literally just going to make diesel, and then I'm going to create 2 large combustion engines, and we're not going to run them. We're just going to run them normal. That'll be 2 EV amps. So that's 4,000 some EU per tick. I will boost these and use these with cetane soon, which will like 6x our power. It'll be pretty good when we do that. But to get there first, we got to do some other work. And this is going to be a part of it. So a couple things I need. I really want the LCRs just to sort of speed things up. I also want a distillation tower. And it's only going to need to be 5 tall. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with this naphthenic acid, but I'll just make it and I'll find something to do with it later. But this seems pretty good. HV distillation tower. 5 tall. 6 tall if you count the controller block. So in total, I gotta figure out how many stainless steel that is. I may or may not have enough. That doesn't feel like enough. That does not feel like enough. So I'll work on that. That will not be a problem. But those are 2 big bottlenecks. So let's take a look at those 2 things. I'll keep the stainless going. And let me figure out how I'm going to make PTFE without... So making PTFE without an LCR is pretty funny and annoying. But once you get enough to make one, it gets a lot easier. So we'll see what we do in just a moment. Man, I've been doing a lot, and I mean a lot of work to prepare for this project. So over here, the distillation tower is ready. I did have enough stainless on hand, but I've been working to replace what I used, which is taking a while because my power is unable to support that very well. I had to make a ton of polyethylene for more circuits, so I made a ton of more SMDs, and I've made more circuits. I needed a refill on the HV ones, and I'll be using them very shortly anyway, so we'll grab those. I've used so much steel. We're making it constantly. And I've had to refill my oxygen tank. I had a really good tip. Let me check who sent it in. Yeah, so it was AQDRM that sent this in. And if you put obsidian dust in the electrolyzer, you get a whole lot of oxygen out of it. I've been using this to refill my oxygen supply pretty much over and over. And yeah, I've just been running back and forth doing a ton of stuff. So what we want to do right now is PTFE. I'm just going to follow the quest line. Surprisingly, it gives you all the ratios in a really good amount. The one thing I'm going to need for this step is methane. And we have enough chlorine to do this too, I think. So I've set this distillery to go work on methane for the moment. And because this is ethylene in here, it's not going to pull it out. So we'll just make a whole bunch of it there and then use the cells of it. And yeah, I'm making hydrogen over here as well, which means more oxygen. Yeah, I don't have a great source of hydrogen. I really don't want to electrolyze water. That's so bad. So I'm at the end of my limonite supply to get enough hydrogen, hopefully, to get everything that I need done. The first step is hydrofluoric acid, pretty easy. It's fluorine plus hydrogen. Not things that I have in plentiful supply right now, but it's fine. We'll make do with what we got. And the next step is the chloroform, which is methane and chlorine. I will do that as well. Alright, the payoff is here. We're making a whole bunch of TFE, and then we're going to add oxygen to this to make PTFE. But for now, we're just getting a ton of HCl cells out of this, and I'm just electrolyzing all of those for now. But yeah, that should be enough to get the quest done, and then that should be enough to get me at least 1 or 2 LCRs, I'm hoping. We will see. And then I think that's everything that I really need. Maybe some super tanks. I can make some more of those while I wait. An important detail to not troll yourself. Don't use the Circuit 1 recipe in this case for the quest. Use the Circuit 9. Because we made it in batches of 1,000, so we got to use it in that. So now I need oxygen, and we'll be done. And that's quest done. I wanted to do this because it gives me a ton of stainless fluid cells, which are very appreciated. These are 8 stainless each, so it's like a whole stack of stainless steel, I guess. But those are nice. I'm using the aluminum ones still, so that's a little bit of an upgrade for that. The bad news is these are kind of useless for my purposes right now. This is a good recipe, but I don't really need that right now, so we're just going to melt them all down. Like, immediately after making them. Will these make me anything useful? Let's see. I should have bookmarked the chemical reactor. What am I doing? Well, I mean, these can kind of make the pipes. Okay. Yeah, we'll use it for that. We'll make a whole bunch of them. We were able to get quite a lot of inert machine casings out of that. Let's throw these all in here. Then I finished up a craft of 4 LCRs. So I should be in a pretty good spot now. This is like my chest of miscellaneous hatches that I made as well. Oh, I gotta make pipe casings. I almost forgot. Good thing I have some left over. What are they called? Yeah, this stuff. Man, I almost forgot about these. That would have been a disaster. Okay, let's make 4 of those right now. And we can make more of them later, because we're going to need more. Okay, everything I want is done. Actually, no, it's not. I gotta make my, I have to actually make the generators, but that's not going to happen for a little bit. So I noticed an issue with all this. Because of the way these work, I'm making EV amps, so I need to use a EV dynamo hatch. This needs tungsten steel. We can kind of do this. It's going to hurt a little bit, but we can do it. Because to get tungsten steel, number 1, to smelt it, I have it bookmarked, we need TPV coils, which we can do. It's just going to hurt a lot because this needs a lot of platinum dust. I've been running my... Here it is right here. I've been running this guy for a while. This is running purified nickel ore with mercury on it. And then that's a 70% chance for 2 platinum metallic powder. And this, I'm not going to do like a mini plat line or anything. I'm not interested in doing that in this stage of the game where I'm at. So we're going to do a disgusting sin and just put these and make nuggets, I think. I mean, yeah, it hurts, but I think I have to do this. I'm not doing all this. Not right now. So this is what we're going to be doing. Can this run in this guy? MV, no need to be cancel. So we'll put it over here. And yeah, we're going to get to the 57 platinum dust required one way or another. On the other hand, I have a problem to solve, which is actually getting the tungsten. And if we go take a look over here at this centrifuge, this thing sucks. It's not very good. It was doing the moon rock, if you remember that. I had all the moonstone dust in here. I barely got any tungstate out of that. So my plan now is to go to the end. And I have found the end portal already. I actually found an oblivion frame in a chest over there, which is really good. We're going to stow this away. Not going to be needing it right at the moment, but that's like the god tier item that you want for bee breeding. So we need to put this somewhere where you won't forget about it, which I guess is right there. And yeah, we're gonna go kill the Ender Dragon now. Before I do that, I want to upgrade my bow a bit, because it's kind of not perfect. So we're gonna go do that. And the stuff that I want to do, I want to put a bunch of quartz on my, on these things. These have 3 modifiers right now. And then we're gonna put a bunch of redstone on here to speed this up. And then we're gonna upgrade this to the slime leaf. We're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff. So let's take a look at how many hearts we have now. 7 hearts there. See, attack is 54 hearts. Oh my god. So we'll see how much we can upgrade that. Alright, let's see what kind of upgrade we can get. So this is Meteoric Steel Bolt with Energetic Alloy Rod. And then this is upgrading from the Mana Steel, or from Energetic Alloy to Mana Steel. Why is it so slow? It's much slower. Did it lose, like, its redstone? I guess I'll try adding some more back on. Because I just put a ton of redstone on this while I was waiting. Let's see what it can do. Alright, well, draw speed's 2 seconds. What's the damage? 69.5 hearts. Okay. That's pretty good, I guess. Hopefully good enough. Dude, I do no damage. I've already died once. Oh my god. What a genuinely awful fight. Really don't enjoy this at all. Okay, we did it though, and all it took was keep inventory. Okay, nice. This is what we're here for. The goo comet. Gonna clean this up, and then we can get a bunch of tungstate for free. Dude, I hate the end of this mod pack. I randomly have mining fatigue for a minute and a half. I'm out of milk. I keep getting randomly poisoned, like, 3'd. It's just so stupid. But I got my goo. That's good enough for now. I wanted to get endstone as well, because this is a really good recipe too. Honestly, like, borderline OP. You get helium, tungstate, and platinum metallic powder from that. That'd be amazing. But we're going to pass on this for now. I'm going to leave because this place is annoying me a lot. We're adding 2 more EV machines to the family. The mixer and the assembling machine. And I have, like, no room for these. I guess we'll add another cable. It doesn't really matter at this point. Do a little something like that. Why are they playing that cave noise on me? It's making me feel like I'm doing something stupid. Okay. I forget why I needed these now, but I made them. This one I need to make the TPV. That's why I did that. Why did I do you? Oh, probably also for the TPV. The coil has to be made in there. Yep, see, I remember. I should also make the nichrome for this, because we're almost ready to do this. Oh, never mind. No, we're not. We gotta wait for this for, like, forever. How long is this gonna take? Yeah, forever. Like, that's gonna be 2 minutes per ingot, 128. It's like 4 hours I gotta wait. Okay, whatever. That's not gonna be fun. Alright, while that TPV is cooking for 20 years, we have another EV machine that's required, which is the autoclave. The purpose of this guy is to process down my tungstate. So first step is tungstate and sodium is going to give me lithium and sodium tungstate. Lithium is just a byproduct here. Sodium tungstate with calcium chloride is going to get me scheelite and salt. Then the scheelite plus HCl is going to give me tungstic acid and calcium chloride. So the calcium chloride comes back there, and then the salt here, the chlorine goes here, and the sodium goes back over here. So a little bit of a recycle loop. We can make some filters and easily do that. And then finally this goes in a blast furnace, and you get tungsten trioxide. Then you have a choice to hit it with hydrogen and get tungsten dust. You can go to the hot ingot as well if you want to. We'll probably be doing this for the most part right now. So So we're gonna need a couple machines. I thankfully made a lot of stuff that we can use. We could tap into our supply and start going with this. I have a lot of energy hatches as well that I made. So another thing we got to do is upgrade this to an EV vacuum freezer. We can do that with the second energy hatch. And then I'll just add another turbo combustion gen on the top of this. And then, or just add a battery buffer. I'll see what I do. I think I have everything I need now. So I've already run my tungstate through here. We're going to do everything pretty much manually. So my sodium tungstate will go in here. And I already forgot. Calcium chloride. Okay, that should work. Oh, I need to do my, No, don't do that. I guess I have my screwdriver out of there. Okay, there. That should be happy now. Oh, I'm going to be able to do it one at a time. That's a good point. So now we have the scheelite here. And then the scheelite plus HCl. Okay. Then that should run. That's a disaster. Okay, so I really don't get why I'm power failing there. It says that I have problems. Oh my god, I do have problems. Hold on. What is done in here? My crowbar is out of there too. I never got an extra crowbar. Let's fix that. And what was the other guy that wasn't in there? Oh, that was so stupid. Screwdriver. Okay, that would make sense. That makes sense now. Okay, the scheelite goes back in. With 2 HCl. Then we should go. Perfect. Tungstic acid. And that's pretty much done. So the calcium chloride comes back. And then we'll just cycle back and forth like this. Just to get some tungsten made. I mean, this works. This is okay. Okay, now my tungsten trioxide is done. Now I require some hydrogen, and I can finish this off. Then we just gotta wait like 4 more hours, and then we can finish everything. Oh, this is unfortunate. Okay, circuit 2, and then a lot of hydrogen. And we'll get tungsten. Yes, very nice. I guess I miscounted. I thought I only had enough for 3 of them. I think it was 6, right? I don't know why I thought it was 4. Okay, perfect. And then let's get this going again. All right, a little bit of tungsten dust done. I need to spend some more time getting ender goo. And probably end stone as well. But yeah, 3 tungsten dust. This is going to get me 6 tungsten steel. I need, I think, 2 or 4 of it to make the EV energy hatches. So we're there. We just need to wait for the TPV to end to finish now. We're basically just playing the waiting game now. This is not even a quarter of the way done. I feel like I've been waiting forever. So that has to really take its time. So we are going to let it do that. I've been crafting over here more. I'm out of titanium now. And we have more to go. So we need to get a bunch more titanium. But it's locked in place because I can't use both of these at the same time right now. It's just too much stress in my power, which looks like we are keeping up now with the fuel supply. I added an extra distillery here, another one. And it kind of looks like we're keeping up now. So that's pretty good. That's good news, at least. So 3-4 hours from now, that'll be done. Then I gotta cool it down. I added the extra energy hatch, added the extra combustion gen, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm just going to gather more tungsten in the meantime. Possibly, what else should I do? I think I'm going to lay out the layout of this thing. So I'm going to start working on this so that next time we can just connect it all up and be ready to go and start moving into the new dimension, because I want to get out of here. I did not want to set more of this stuff up. So that'll be that. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Any suggestions, let me know. I'm just doing things as I am realizing them. So please let me know. Yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good day.